This is Feed Your Mind. And so the ISS tracker actually proves flat Earth. The route it takes, it never pops up the other side by going south to north. It always goes east to west, which is circumnavigation. Your average uneducated glober, and I'm saying uneducated because they think that there's only one way to explain things. So when they first hear flat Earth, they like to say, they like to say things like everyone around the globe, or if I travel east, I'm going to end up west, back where I started. So they really like throw that out there, like they think like they got you instantly. And that just shows their lack of understanding that there's multiple ways, multiple logical ways to explain everything that they think is a globe Earth proof. So when you look at the ISS route, you can see the same thing where it goes east to west. Now, east to west is circles, not just on a flat Earth, but also on a globe Earth. You see, the globe Earth is a circle. It is a big sphere. So you can't go in a straight line. If you're going to go around the globe, like they like to say, that's not going in a straight line. That's going in a circle. If you look at the globe from the top down, so from the North Pole, and you look downwards and you see a globe sphere, and you see somebody, and then you see a circle, you can envision the circle around the globe, where if you travel around it, it's not a straight line. 100% is not a straight line. Most globe earthers think you're just going in a straight line when you go east. So they're saying, oh, you're gonna end up right back where you started. No, you're not going in a straight line. 100%. You're going in a circle. Same thing on a flat Earth. You're just going in a circle. The magnetic north is a circle. It corrects itself as you go east or west, and then you end up going in one big circle around the block and end up right back where you started. Nobody has ever traveled south or north. Well, you can do it north. You can travel north and end up in Antarctica eventually, but you can't go around Antarctica, though. That's the thing. So it's basically the globe's south pole is the place where nobody can ever say that they've traveled around the South Pole and came back up on the other side. Nobody has ever done that. And same thing with the ISS tracker. So if you use the ISS tracker, they like to say, well, this proves that there's a ISS in outer space. But why does the ISS follow the same rules as we do here on the surface of the Earth? Why does the ISS refuse to go beyond Antarctica and come back up? Like, there's no motion of tracking the ISS where you can see the ISS disappear, where it would disappear over the South Pole and end up coming back up around the other side. It never happens. So, according to the research done by the DITRH channel, I'll leave a link for this demonstration in the comment section in the description box so you can check it out yourself. It will show you the route that the ISS takes, and it just proves that whether there's a vehicle up there or not, it's not doing the impossible. It's not doing the impossible. It's just going in circles. And I've actually seen this type of tracking before. It kind of reminds me of something, but I can't put my I can't think about what exactly that symbol came from. But there's like some type of symbol that looks like the path of the ISS route. Also, the planets, same thing. They don't disappear in some weird Pac-Man type thing where it disappears and then comes back up the other side. No, if you track the planets, which is actually the wandering stars, they're not planets, okay? I don't like to call them planets. I mean, you can just, well, even if you call them planets, that doesn't mean that Earth is a planet. You know, you don't look up in the sky and say, well, that's a planet, so that means we're on a planet. Now, we are going to have to get into the moon discussion eventually, because the moon is what appears to be what you would think is a solid object. So we're going to really have to get into that discussion again. I think that's what throws people off, because they see the moon, it looks like terra firma, you know, it looks like a solid object. So then they're thinking, okay, well, the moon's a solid object, so therefore planets are solid objects. And it's like, well, you know, that's not exactly the case. So that's gonna be another discussion though. But as far as the planets though, they're going in the same type of path where you won't see it disappear over some Pac-Man type thing where it goes beyond the Antarctic area and then comes back up the other side. You know, what would be the equivalent to that in the sky, you know? So what we see on Earth as so below is we see above. And so we see that the path of the planets and the path of the ISS don't do the impossible. They don't do the impossible. They follow a path that can be explained on a flat Earth model, and actually makes much more sense on a flat Earth model once you look at the demonstration. And then when you apply it to a globe Earth model, it actually looks kind of crazy. I mean, even with the wind patterns, you know, like they removed the wind pattern data in the ocean pattern, how the ocean travels around the Earth. It looks much more cleaner on a flat Earth circle than a sphere. The wind and the water patterns. So it made so much sense that the people who was running the data and running the website, they removed the wind patterns and the water patterns. I think it was called null skull or something. So they made it so you can only look at it from a globe spherical perspective, because they're afraid that when people look at it with the AE map perspective, with the circle Earth, the disc shape, that the wind and the ocean patterns make makes a whole lot of sense. So look, what we're gonna have to do is we'll probably have to get somebody to make their own website that shows the same pattern and uses the same data, and put that AE map back onto into the public, because they're obviously got afraid of that. Because you can't look at it's confusion when you look at it from a spherical perspective. So we talked about water patterns and wind patterns before, and how, they move. That in itself is a very interesting topic. How it moves like this conveyor belt, just constantly in movement, in a perfect motion, wind and water. So that's something to look into. You can check out those videos. I talked about that a while back. But as far as this ISS thing, I mean, I'll probably have to do another poll. We're going to have to figure out what you guys think. Is there an actual object in the sky? I've had a lot of ideas about what that object could be, if there is an object, some type of space vehicle in the sky. I've had definitely a lot of hypotheses about what it could be. There's also hypotheses that there is no space vehicle in the sky, or what it actually is in question. A lot of people have different thoughts on that, so I'll probably have to do some more polls, and so we can kind of start getting to the bottom of this and figuring it out with our group think. because groupthink is very powerful. It really helps clarify things when we put our minds together. You know, it's the way. That's why they like to stop a lot of that type of stuff. They don't like people to come together and figure stuff out. It's like detective, you know, we're doing like detective work on a whole nother level with brilliant minds, you know, like thousands of minds coming together on a subject to figure stuff out. It's like you can't beat that. Like one detective probably couldn't even, like a lot of the things that happen in this world, a lot of times you go to the internet and the internet will figure it out. And the detectives just have to sit back and let the internet figure it out. Especially, you know, like there was a lot of rappers and stuff that had passed, a lot of stuff had happened, and then the internet figures out who did it, and what happened and everything, and the streets talk, and everybody comes together and they figure stuff out. And sometimes it's like, you know, it feels like the authorities just sit back and let them figure it out, and then they go off of the leads that the internet people figured out. So that's, you know, the internet's very powerful. That's why they try to stop videos like this. They try to silence our discussions, and, you know, they like to, you know, they don't like us to speak because they know we figure stuff out. And then I'll probably be on my Firmament 3 channel later. We're going to have to talk about that Elon Musk thing where he bought out Twitter. We're gonna cover that and see what you think about all that, and, you know, what that might mean. What is he up to, you know? But yeah. So make sure you're subscribed over at Firmament 3 for much more videos and topics. Let me know your thoughts on this ISS thing. Like, what do you think about it? You know, it's like, I don't know. It just, to me, it just shows me like this diagram is perfect. It really shows us that there's something to it. Like, even if you want to say there's a space vehicle up there, which is a whole nother discussion, but the path that it takes just shows us that there's something to the borders. There's like borders. There's borders up, like things. It's like, it's definitely suggests geocentric Earth. You know, it's like there is borders up there. Like, you can't go beyond a certain, like outside the circle, it appears. So with the planets and the so-called planets and so-called ISS doing these circles around the circle Earth, it's just like it reflects as above, so below. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section in the description box. Like I said, I'll leave the link so you can check out the demonstration. Also, I'll leave a link if you support this channel. You can donate as little as $1 to help keep things going here at Feed Your Mind. They try to silence my videos, but with listener support, we can keep going. Maybe even eventually get back to my documentary style videos. I'm gonna have some of those coming out anyways, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Plus, I'll leave links to my other channels. Oh yeah, make sure you subscribe to my email newsletters. I'll leave a link for that. Yeah, we're gonna get that back cracking. So I'll leave that link, plus my social media and much more. So thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been Feed Your Mind signing off.